What's up, guys? It's Simon. So, today, I wanted to show you guys how you can, I guess another way that you can incorporate doing the 12 days of Yule. So, I wanted to make this little Yuletide spell bag with you. Basically, what this um, is that you take one ingredient and you try and find one ingredient that resonates with the meditation, the theme, the focus of that day. So if you haven't seen the 12 Days of Yule video that I did, I'll go over what the themes are for you. Day 1 is industriousness. Day 2 is justice. Day 3 is courage. Day 4 is generosity. Day 5 is hospitality. Day 6 is moderation. Day 7 is community. Day 8 is individuality. Day 9 is truth. Day 10 is steadfastness. Day 11 is loyalty. And day 12 is wisdom. So, I have my herbs here, and I'm going to go over, what it is and what day I'm using it for. So, the first one I'm going to use is cinnamon. I'm using cinnamon stick. Now this is sweet cinnamon. I broke it in half and I want both pieces in there. And I'm using that for industriousness. And so for justice, I can't really show you this one because it's kind of small, but I'm using cedarwood chips for justice. And the reason why I'm using cedarwood chips for justice is because cedar is linked to my patron, and one of his attributes is justice. So the next one I want to go over is day 3, which is courage, and I'm using a couple sprigs of thyme. If you don't know, thyme's actually really good for courage, and it's also one of the many fairy herbs. So, day 4 is generosity, and I'm going to be using a yellow rose petal. Now, for me, the yellow rose kind of symbolizes that friendship, and friendship, to me, means you're being generous and kind to others around you. Day 5 is hospitality, and I'm going to use ginger root. For me, ginger root is all about health, and when you are taking care of yourself and others, that's being hospitable. To me, it's not only about, opening up your home, but being, I don't want to say homely, but being loving in the way as if you were at someone's home and being warm and kind. This smells really good. Yeah, that was hospitality. Okay, so day 6 is moderation. And for that one, I'm going to be using the chili pepper. And the reason why I'm using the chili pepper is because, you want to be careful. It can be used for yin and yang magic. And also, just in consumption, you want to take it in moderation, because if you don't, you can develop an ulcer, you can get acid reflux, so you want to be careful and take that in moderation. Day 7 is community, and I will be using watermelon seeds. I can't show you, I'll try and show you this, but yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but I'm using watermelon seeds, and to me, watermelon in my family is very prominent, especially during 4th of July. We tend to get a lot of watermelon, and it used to really help bring the family together. And that's a part of community as well. So, the next one I'm going to go over is day 8, which is individuality. And that entails me using the holly leaf. And the reason why I'm using the holly leaf is because to me, it's a great symbology of being an individual. Between the points, the points on the leaves that kind of like almost have that standoffish energy. So you kind of want to be careful not to be too independent and too isolated. But it also, from my experience, and I've seen quite a few leaves, but no leaf looks the same. Even when it dries, it will dry the same. Certain parts of it will curl, or some leaves won't curl at all. Different sizes, different shapes. Some have the little pointy edges, and some don't have the pointy edges. Some have multiple swoops in their formation, and others have actually curvature. So I thought it was a great representation for individuality. Day 9 is truth, and I will be using the bay leaf. And the reason why I'm using the bay leaf is because it has that attributes with divination, but also with Apollo. And Apollo is about the oracle, which is truth. And I believe he actually is also of just flat out truth and honesty in itself. So I'm adding that to there. And where are we at? Day 10, right. Day 10 is steadfastness. And where is it? Oh, there it is. It was hiding behind a crystal. And I'm adding some wild harvested dandelion root. And if you don't know, steadfastness is all about, what's a good synonym? Reliability. You can always count on the dandelion to blossom. Even if not blossoming, you can just count on it always thriving in almost pretty much any soil, especially in the US, since it is a weed. So I thought that was a great way. And I wanted to use the root in particular because roots are, they really stand their ground. They're really reliable. They're also really good for nutrients and health in general. So and dandelion's also a good coffee replacement. But there's just so much that you can do with multiple roots that I really wanted to use the root form of the dandelion for steadfastness. So day 11 is... What is day 11? Uh-oh. Oh, loyalty. So for loyalty, I'm using... Now this is probably something that you guys won't be able to have. I'm almost positive that 13moons.com sells this. If I can find it and I remember, I'll link it in the description below so you can check it out. But I'm using a magnolia petal. We have a magnolia tree in the backyard, and I collect it almost every year. The year before I move out, I actually want to do like a massive harvest. But loyalty, I mean, the magnolia is really good for loyalty and love. So it's great for marriages, which is a profound example of loyalty. So that's why I'm using that. And then the last day is wisdom. And for wisdom, I will be using star anise. And star anise, again, has that attribute of psychic development, psychic awareness, divination, all those things that kind of entail having profound wisdom and gaining profound wisdom. It also is great for insight. So, right there, I haven't tied it up yet. Hold on. 1 minute. So right there we have a great spell bag to represent the 12 days of Yule, and this is great if you want to reminisce on your goals. You can pull out one of the ingredients, and you can reminisce over your goals that you set, reminisce over the affirmation. I believe I went over all of that in the 12 Days of Yule video, so I'll link that below as well. And one thing that I'm doing while I'm doing the 12 Days of Yule is that I'm actually using a rune for each day. So I'm going to go over those as well for you, so that way in case you don't have these herbs or you don't want to use them, you can put runes in your spell bag and use that to go over each one. So the first one is industriousness, and I'm using Uruz. Now I'm not going to go over what they mean or anything like that, I'm just going to go over what rune I'm using for what day. Justice is the next day, and I'm using Dagaz. And I'll write the names in the description box below because they are not spelled the way they sound. And I'm using Thurisawz for courage. Now these are all backwards, by the way. I just thought I should let you know that. And day 3 is... No, that was day 3. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to like pick them all up and put them in order so that way it was easier for me to grab them and tell them for you. So what did I say? I did up to day 3. So day 4 is generosity, and I use Jera. Day 5 is hospitality, and I use Wunjo. Day 6 is moderation, and I use Nauthis, I believe it's pronounced. Day 7 is community, yeah, and I use Gebo. Day 8 is individuality, and I use, I believe it's Mannaz. I don't always remember all the pronunciations for these, so I'm doing a quick reference over here to try and make sure that I pronounce them correctly for you guys. And that one that I was unsure about, it is Nauthis. Huh? Where is it? Oh, nope, that's not it. I believe it's... Oh, Mannaz. Okay. So, this one is for individuality. It's Mannaz. Then, for truth, I use Kanas. Whoops. For steadfastness, I use Tiwaz. For... what is that one? I never remember what day 11 is. Loyalty. That's pretty bad. Day 11 is... Ehwaz? No. Ehwaz. Ehwaz. Ehwaz, excuse me. I knew it had that A pronunciation, I just didn't remember which one it was specifically. Ehwaz is this one. And the last one, which is wisdom, I use Ansuz. Now there are various pronunciations and spellings to the names of these runes, but pretty much the depiction is the same. And if you couldn't tell, these all come from the Elder Futhark grouping. So, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So, I'm going to do some more videos today, and probably save them up for the rest of this Yulemas 20-day tag get-up fun thing. And as always, thank you for watching, and blessed be my dear witchlings.